And allow me to tell you this story as my employee rights charter. It reads like this. 1, every employee has the right to do work they enjoy. You see, life is too short not to enjoy your work. Some people wake up in the morning and say, "Good morning, Lord." Others wake up and say, "Good Lord, it's morning." If you want good morning, Lord people, then make sure that employees enjoy their work. And enjoyment is not that difficult. In its simplest form, it requires at least 2 conditions to be true. 1, you must be competent at doing your work, and 2, you must love or have an interest in the work you do. And thankfully, both these factors can be cultivated. I only learnt the skill and competence and interest of drinking red wine at the age of 27. I know. Skill and interest can be cultivated. The second right is every employee has the right to understand the meaning of their work. We are constantly in search of meaning. To be human is to look for meaning. We cannot expect employees to go about mindlessly doing their work without understanding how it connects to the objectives of the team, their business unit, their division, and ultimately their company, and ultimately the clients whom they serve. Knowing the impact of one's work creates meaning. The third right is every employee has the right to know what winning or what success means. What do I have to do to succeed? Every employee has the right to know what success makes. You can't make up success afterwards and then tell people they failed. And so many of us are too vague in our expression of what it means to win. The fourth employee right is every employee has the right to regular and honest feedback. It's important that leaders provide performance feedback regularly. And I remind leaders that performance feedback is not about disciplining people. It is not about catching them doing something wrong. As a young power station manager, we created a practice where I would walk on the floor and I would catch people doing things right. And when I did, I would go up to them and I would say to whoever it was, maybe Sam or Wuzi, I would say, "I really liked what you did there." Not giving regular performance feedback and encouraging employees to succeed is not only unfair, it is unethical. The first time many employees receive feedback on their performance is when they are excluded from bonus allocations, or when they don't get the promotion, or when they are disciplined or even fired. And I'm sure you know people like that. Every employee has the right to regular performance feedback to help them win. The fifth and last employee right is every employee has the right to a fair deal. But this does not only refer to money. Sometimes a simple, sincere thank you achieves more than another 100 Rand in the pay packet. Recognition and expressing appreciation is powerful. Imagine if your boss tells you, "I wish I had more employees like you." You literally walk on air. But it also includes appropriate sanction or consequences when that is necessary for underperformance. Not doing this, letting people get away with poor performance, this detracts from the credibility of the performance management. And so it undermines any attempt to achieve high levels of employee engagement. So when I stand in front of my staff, as I did when I introduced myself again 4 months ago, I said, "I have to caution you that I discriminate against people." And they looked at me almost with disgust. "How can you say that?" I said, "Let me be clear. I will never discriminate against you for anything that is not of your choosing. Your gender, the color of your skin, your height, what language you speak, what cultural or religious group you come from. I may discriminate against you if you're trimmer and slimmer than me, but that's about the only reason. But I will absolutely discriminate against you if you're lazy, if you're slothful in your work, if you're not performing. I do not tolerate mediocrity. I'm a snob when it gets to building meritocratic organizations. And I will discriminate against you. You will feel my wrath if you think you can be here and hang around and waste your time. But that's the only basis for discrimination. So, sanctioning is as important as reward. But look for reasons to reward and recognize and not to sanction. That must be the last resort. In summary, every employee has these rights. The right to do work you enjoy, the right to understand the meaning of your work and the impact thereof, the right to know what you need to do to win, the right to regular, encouraging performance feedback, and the right to a fair deal. I believe that if we engage on that basis, we bring out the best in people. They want to be part of a winning team. Being human is being part of a winning team. And if we create the environment and engage them, they would thrive under those examples. I believe that none of these changes in the future world of work. In fact, I believe they become even more important as we increasingly define ourselves simply as being human. My final message to those privileged to lead is this: take your work seriously instead of taking yourself so seriously. It's never about you. It's about those whom you are privileged and called to serve.